Our next speaker has created more than 500 best-selling authors to give them authority for their marketing. He is known as Mr. Incredible. Please welcome Tracy Hayes.
All right. Thank you very much for that warm introduction. Did you like that video? Did you see something in there that was kind of strange? What'd you see? Me? Did you see something where I had like a flower around my neck?
You had a cape on.
I had a cape on. What else? And a mask and a cape. You know, last year I was at this conference and I was in my Mr. Incredible outfit, but he had another assignment this weekend. So I had to bring him with me here to represent. But did anybody see the one where I had those black glasses on and the flower around my neck?
Yep. In the crowd?
Yeah, in the crowd? Do you have any idea what that is?
Sunflower, maybe?
Well, the flower is a sunflower, yes, but there's not a lot of civilians that see that. That's a ceremony. And that ceremony is when you cross the equator on a ship. It's called a shellback ceremony. And we're totally humiliated. And we're compared to the others that have crossed the line before us. And we have to become worthy to be called a trusty shellback from King Neptune. And I was in front of King Neptune on my knees, and we had to get up and perform an act to his satisfaction. And if not, we had to crawl around on our knees and come back around. You ever seen the deck of a ship or a Navy ship? It's kind of rough, isn't it? Yeah. So that's a little look into what goes on in the United States Navy when people are not around. They've kind of, I crossed the line in 1994, and needless to say, that ceremony has kind of really calmed down a little bit because of the times. Unfortunately, because it's very humbling and traditional, right? And you saw me in a cape and a mask. I'm the only person that showed up at Harvard Business School in a cape and a mask. They will never forget me. I called a lot of people out saying, you know, you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner, right? You relieve a problem in the marketplace. You are, in fact, a superhero. Everybody stand up real quick on your feet. All right, turn to your neighbor, give him a high five and say, you are a superhero.
You are a superhero.
That's right. You are a superhero because you relieve a problem in the marketplace.
Because you relieve the problem in the marketplace.
That's right. All right, take your seats. All right, I got a lot to go through. I'm going to focus on a segment of your marketing that you're probably not very familiar with, that can be effective for you in rising above others that might be doing the same thing that you're doing. And we call it authority marketing or preeminence marketing. And it's all about how people perceive you. And you can use these techniques in your social media. As I said, I got to share the stage with Buzz Aldrin at West Point in October of last year. And we were amongst 30 or 85 other thought leaders. It's called the Speakers Academy at West Point. And Buzz Aldrin shared something with me that day that was really, anybody know who Buzz Aldrin is? What's he known for? Astronaut, and what else? One of the first men on the moon, correct? He's what? Oh, you blew it. You just let the cat out of the box. So in our conversation at dinner, he says, you know what? He says, not only am I one of the first men on the moon, he says, I'm one of the first people to shoot a selfie in outer space. 1966. How many of you were around then? All right. 1966. And there it is. Do you know I took the first space selfie during Gemini 12 mission? Isn't that cool? That fit in real good at Patty Farmer's social media day. So we turned around and everybody took a picture and we hashtagged Buzz Aldrin and got his attention. So pretty cool. So we just give him honor. So what we're going to talk about today, it's so important. We've written several books on it. My flagship book, The Authority Code, using the exact formula for more leads, sales, and profits, become the hunted versus the hunter. How many people would like to be that? How would you like to be hunted? Absolutely. So if you stick around for the whole presentation, I'm going to show you how to get this book for free, download, and then I'm going to throw in your debut as an elite thought leader and some other strategies that you can use in that book. So I want to quote the godfather of marketing. Anybody heard of Dan Kennedy? And this is at the heart of what I'm talking about here. The simple truth is, if you aren't deliberate, systematically and methodically and rapidly and dramatically establishing yourself as a celebrity, at least to your clientele and target market, you're asleep at the wheel. Ignoring what is fueling the entire economy around you and neglecting development of a measurable, valuable asset. Wow, that's a mouthful. So what I'm going to talk to you today is about some strategies. As you've seen, I'm a retired U.S. Navy veteran. A lot of business owners get hung up in tactics, being tactical. I'm very strategic. You have to do strategic things daily to build your preeminence and build your authority. We're going to go over a couple of those. You're going to walk out here today with some actionable items, and then I'm going to make you an offer. It's called a mafia offer. Anybody ever heard of a mafia offer? Have any of you have a mafia offer? There's been a lot of mafia offers offered here today, this week, these couple of days. Awesome offers. So an overview of preeminence is recognition, branding, and how people see you in the marketplace. How many people have a walk-up video like we just showed? Would that separate you? Yes. Absolutely. So everything people see of you that puts you in a celebrity position. What do celebrities do? Okay, they make money, they make appearances. They're asked to be on radio shows, they're asked to be on television, correct? So why not do what celebrities do? Right? So this increases your reach and brings clients to you. This is how you attract them. Everybody's fascinated by somebody that's moving, that's doing something, that's appearing here, that's appearing there. All of you are speakers, correct? When was the last time you posted that you were speaking somewhere? Today? 2 hours ago. Good. That's not enough. So, this preeminence is a part of this authority code that I talk about in my book, and it's what people think, read, see, and hear about you consistently. It's called the pattern of authority. Write that down. The pattern of authority. What does your pattern of authority look like? Because you control that pattern. It's one of the few things you can control, like content you create, like where you're appearing to speak, who's interviewing you. As you know, in marketing, the last 10 years, it's shifted. And here you have everybody either asks a friend or gets recommendations from somebody before they do something, right? So if you're a speaker, you have testimonials from other people or from event planners, right? That's not enough. What's going to create a tipping point for somebody to pick you to speak over somebody else? What's going to be that tipping point? Is it, oh, this person spoke at Harvard at a business forum, but this person has never spoke at Harvard? Or this person spoke at Notre Dame, spoke at West Point, spoke at NASA. You see the pattern? Okay, it's okay to speak at the Doubletree in Houston, but okay. It's another thing when you say, I'm a featured speaker at the University of Notre Dame in July, speaking to business owners from around the world. See the difference in the preeminence? So your stage is important. And we all know video marketing is a big part of it. High quality video marketing. And I applaud the gentleman that was up here yesterday about talking about, the types of videos that you're shooting. That's important. If you're not doing video, you're out of the game, period. So anything you get out of this next couple days is doing the videos. So that's important. Of course, Google loves you. And you know what? We're talking about you. We're not talking about your company. You are your brand. It's your face. It's not a graphic. We talked about this at the social media day. We had a trademark attorney talking about, you got to be careful using other people's graphics. But if you're using your face, guess what? There's no copyright problem. And you can do whatever you want. But you have to have it. You have to have those images. So this all makes you look like a rock star in the eyes of your audience and your target audience. And you're ready to step into the preeminent spotlight. And it's a process. And it's an investment. This is where your marketing dollars go as you as a person. This is where your marketing dollars go. Because you don't want to get up there and go, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm your man, I'm your gal. You don't want to do that. It's not about that. It's about showing and becoming the trusted authority where they go, that's the next person I want on my stage right there. Okay? That's the next person. Because selling becomes unnecessary. You stop selling. You stop selling entirely. And you become attractive. So it's hard to yell above the crowd. Are we all speakers in here? Do you all feel like, oh, pick me, be on my radio show, do this, do that? That's fine here, but not so much out there. You have to reflect that. You have to show that. Pick me, and stand above. And stand above. I want you to leave out of here this weekend where you have enough knowledge to stand above the crowd. So you have to turn away business because you're too busy. Or your speaking schedule is booked. Okay, anybody like to have that? Absolutely. So becoming a trusted authority requires two main ingredients. Credibility and celebrity or preeminence. Being good or even genius at something has never been enough and is never enough. As Calvin Coolidge said, nothing is more common than unsuccessful men or women with talent. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Make no mistake, you have to be an expert at what you do. We're past that. You're in this room. You have something to impact the world. So that's important. Preeminence plus social plus third party credibility equals authority preeminence. You can enjoy the same celebrity status as those folks. You recognize those folks? Absolutely. So that's what I'm talking about on a local level. You have to have syndicated content. Syndicated content all over the place. Multiple formats, valuable information. Here's one thing. If you've got important information, or you should have enough content to give the majority of it away, and then charge a premium for the rest of it. That's how you raise your price in the marketplace. Valuable content that you create and must provide a solution to a problem, and don't be afraid to give it away. I closed a consulting company that was going to do multi-millions of dollars because my partners were keeping everything to their chest. Somebody's going to steal it. I'm like, no, get it out there. And they just didn't see it. And I walked away from it. Give it away. Don't be afraid to give it away. Multiple formats, all ways for them to consume it. Audio is my favorite. Audio is my favorite. And podcasting's cool, but it's still really cool to have a real radio show. Okay? And syndication all over. You everywhere is the key. You have to be landing everywhere. You got to be published. You got to be an author. We just came out. I had a big event at NASA in January. We just came out of there. It was called You Mission Critical. All the people on my stage are coming out in this book, You Mission Critical. Your future's on the launch pad. Okay, big stage event. We're going to Notre Dame at the end of the month. We got Mr. Jim Conley. He's the keynote speaker for the Napoleon Hill Foundation as my VIP speaker. Everybody's getting in a book with Jim. Packaging. So, obviously published as being important. And radio host. Okay, like I said, podcasts are cool, but it's really not caught on yet. People are listening to it, yeah, but 54% or more are listening to actual radio shows. Okay? We just got closed a deal with a radio in Chicago, WCKG on FM and AM. My show got syndicated, and I can help others get syndicated on that show as well. So you have to create the content, and an easy way to do that is 20 questions. This is not going backwards, sorry. Come up with 20 frequently asked questions that people should be asking about you, and then 20 should ask questions. You have enough content to fill all of your channels. And I'm going to give you a couple tools here where you can do that with. And then you simply rinse and repeat consistently. You completed the cycle and started the pattern. So keep the pattern going. And I want you to walk out here today and your phone is the only thing you need to create your content on the fly. So here's a couple of clients. We this was a successful podcast called Success Hackers out of Chicago. We put everybody in a book, and it became a bestseller. They posted this on their social media and shared the love. Got a lot of interaction with them doing that. Now, back to the pictures and the copyright. Find yourself a photographer. There's one here today. I hooked up with the first photographer. This is my third conference. We had a photographer, Kelly Williams, at the first conference in San Antonio. She's my photographer. I will never go to another photographer. I don't care how much it is. I invested in that. Don't be afraid to invest in that. It was $500, which was a bargain. I got over 600 images. I have enough images to populate my radio show, my books, anything I post. And you see how I shot these photos? I left area around me to put quotes and ads. So when you get ready to post, you can drop that content on there. Okay? Using Canva. Anybody who knows Canva? Right? All right, that's one of your tools. When you get ready to speak, post a poster like this. Your content, and I was at social media in Albuquerque. I'm now here. July, I'm going to Notre Dame. Now everybody sees my schedule. They see I'm moving. Okay? You can make that easy in Canva as long as you have images of you like that. All right? Radio show. Business Innovators Radio Network. Big authority piece. There's the pickup we just got from Chicago, WCKG, on the Business Innovators Radio Network. It's listen on demand. You get the benefit of a real live radio station behind you on demand. They can listen to it anytime. You got to be picked up by third party. Small Business Trendsetters, we featured Patty Farmer and her award. That thing, she posted that on Facebook, that thing blew up. You got a couple speaking gigs out of that, right? When you posted it? Spreaker. Here's one of your tools. Write it down. Spreaker. Spreaker.com. You can create content on the fly. Download the app, Spreaker Studio. I'm recording now, so I can post later. I have content. You can go live, or you can record it. The fastest way you can get content out there. You don't have to worry about how you look. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Magazines. Being on the cover of magazines. Business Innovators Magazine, Business Trendsetters. A couple of my clients. Those are graphics. Now, here's my photo spread from when I got my photo shot. You see, I have all kinds of poses, and then I positioned them so I can have posters on my social media and drop quotes, drop whatever you're doing on there. Very important. So you keep spinning the authority wheel and keep adding these assets to build your stage so you rise above everybody else that doesn't have these things. And here's your tools I want you to take home with. I want you to get the Ripple app. That's a quick video app that has a lot of motion in it. It takes you a couple seconds to make it, but you need the graphics to go with it. And you can add any content, and that thing goes out all across all your social channels. You can hook it up, one push. Speaker Studio, create content and audio, and your podcast if you need to create one. And then go to Canva for your graphics to edit all of it. And insert the photos. All right, everybody open their phone or take your phone out, please. My offer, you can start bringing my offer around, thank you. I want you to open your phone to your browser where you're going to type in that address. I'm going to show you some magic. Those of you that use text messaging or email autoresponders, this is the next frontier. This is called a messenger bot. Anybody ever heard of messenger bot? How many people now are tuned in to your Facebook? You're logged in. Raise your hand. Guess what? That's where everybody's at. They're in the messenger. So in your, don't type www, just type in tallenhaynes.link.psa, and I'm going to give you those 2 copies of that book. And I'm going to give you a bunch of other free stuff. You're going to get 3 videos on the authority mindset, how to prepare yourself for the authority mindset. Put that in there and watch the magic happen. And then this is what I have for you today. We got an offer coming around, and I really want to help you. And you're about ready to get a mafia offer that I want to tell you, Jim Connolly, my VIP speaker at Notre Dame, he was raised by the mafia. And because he was the general manager for the Beverly Hills Wilshire Hotel. And all the celebrities and their mafia guys lived in that hotel. He's got a great story. So, I have what's coming around. There's a handout. It's called the Authority Packager. We're going to provide you those valuable interviews. We're going to get you that media exposure about you being interviewed. We're going to take that interview and we're going to put it in a book. I've got a couple brands. I've got Elite Business Leaders. I've got Mission Critical, about entrepreneurs that relieve problems in the marketplace. That's generally a 6 payment of $4.99, but hold on. I also have Produce Your Radio Show opportunity. At a minimum, as my gift to you, you'll be interviewed and be featured on the Chicago radio station and my other podcast that you can use to share and build your preeminence, that you were featured on those shows. And then, I have 1 spot left for Notre Dame. Okay, that's an authority piece. It's a media package, and oh, by the way, you're speaking at Notre Dame. I have 1 spot left. If you're interested in that, come and see me. I've got special pricing for PSA members. And then you're going to get the free content at that link there. And as a bonus, how many here has created their own online course? Okay, I did this as a test to see how fast I can do it. And I did this course in a day. And I have a video and film background, so I'm concerned about backgrounds. So I teach you a non-techie way to get a cinematic look on a background when you do your Facebook Lives or when you do your Zooms and all that stuff. That's free. That's a $97 value. All you got to do is go to backgroundwizard.pro and start the course. It's an hour. You can be through it. And you'll create these cool backgrounds. So I got that for you. And these packages. Okay, so special PSA event pricing today. You see that on there? Oh, my accountant's going to kill me for this. You guys ready? You guys ready for this offer? Man. Who here is published right now? Raise your hand. Okay. Who here is not published? Okay. So you're going to have an opportunity to get in a book, which is generally thousands of dollars, and national exposure. So expert interview, syndicated, PR on the fact that you were interviewed and syndicated. You'll be able to leverage that on your website with the player and the graphics. Syndicated to WCKG in Chicago. And I'm going to take that interview. We're going to put you in a book with other professionals to give you some more leverage. And we're even going to talk about that today. I want you to take your pen. I want you to draw a line through that $4.99. $4.99. Man. Whew. There's been some great offers up here these last couple of days. So what I'm going to do is, now this is not speaking on stage at Notre Dame, okay? That's a separate deal. And this is not about producing your radio show. That's another separate deal. But right now, I just want to keep it to this package. Draw a line through that. And as long as I'm here this weekend, I'm going to do all that for you for $297. Be published in a book, be interviewed, be syndicated to major syndication, get your press release released out of ABC, CBS, Fox, all that, and get you some, I'll throw in as a bonus, I'll put you in those two magazines, Small Business Trendsetters, I'll put you on the cover in your story, and two of those, I'll throw that in there for $297. What's that look like? That sound pretty cool? All right, so I'm going to be here, obviously, till the end, and you've got till tomorrow evening when I fly out to see me, to make sure you mark out that and put $297 in there, and bring me your form, and we'll get you on the schedule and get you knocked out. And make sure you get your free content, and I'm out of time right on the spot. I'll be back here at my booth if you got any questions, but thank you very much, and thank you, Tanya, for having me.